Welcome back. Most parents working today in 21st century have a nanny to help in raising the kids, especially when they cannot be there physically. However, should there be a limit for nanny's involvement in raising your child? Zephyr is back this month. And of course, she's joining us to talk about nannies, the issues surrounding nannies, the nightmares, the horror stories.
The support
yeah, it's crazy. The first thing I want to ask you is, look, men, parents, right, daddies don't like nannies.
Tell me about it, please.
The main reason is they feel that they're intrusive, they come into the house and they sort of take the space and do the things that the mother should be doing. What's your take on that?
So first of all, so I would ask you back, how does that make your daddy, how would that make you feel if a nanny is taking the place of what the
Yeah, so the challenge, I think, what I've seen is basically when the nanny comes in and is trying to do different things, you just feel like you have no control.
You, the daddy.
Yeah, you have no control because you don't want to deal with the nanny directly. You want to deal with your wife.
I agree.
And then there's this person who is just, you know, in the way, sort of. So that's the main challenge.
You can't give instructions the way you want to give instructions. You can't even walk into the kitchen sometimes and say, can I have my food?
Exactly.
Because the nanny is there. And you don't want it to look like it's the nanny that is now wifing me. Let me use that word.
Exactly. So the nanny is asking you, do you want to eat now? You're like, no, we don't have that kind of relationship.
So, I hear you now. This is such a, I didn't think of this part when I was contemplating on our conversation, but I think this is a huge part because personally, I know my husband has that challenge where he won't even talk to the nanny. Like, it's a good morning and all of that. Yeah. But first of all, let's establish the fact that if we live in Lagos, it is a challenge sometimes handling the house alone, particularly if you live as a mom, you work outside of your home. Even sometimes, most times, even when you work within the home, whether you do a business or anything within the home and you still have to care for the family, it is a challenge, to be honest. It's difficult, even for your well-being as a woman, to be able to do everything and still attend to the man, attend to the kids.
Exactly, and then still do your work.
And still do your work and all of that. We need to think of the well-being of our women, of our mothers. We must think about that. So do we need them? I think it's like a two-sided sword. We do need them, right? How we need them becomes the question. Like you said, what is the limit? So I have a nanny come into the house. I should have the big picture as a woman to be able to set boundaries and say, this is what I really need a nanny for. Do I need a nanny to do the cooking, or do I need a nanny to care for the children, or do I need a nanny to tidy up the house?
So you have to have a clear idea of what you want the nanny to do.
I think we should be able to, we should be able to have a clear picture of the limits that we set with whoever comes into the house, because sometimes we get carried away. I do get carried away, to be honest, where you have someone supporting you and you just leave everything to them. And even there are times that I felt like somebody else owns my house. Whether it's a nanny. Now, let's put this in context. Not just the nanny that you're paying. Sometimes they're family members. Now, assuming the role of caregiving, you just leave everything to them. And let's not forget, you as the woman, or even the man, you have a blueprint of the family you want to run. You have the end goal. You have the big picture. They don't have it. So because they don't have it, all the details that need to be put in place to make your family what you want it to be, they can't put it. A lot of times they just do anything you tell them based on instruction, and sometimes they don't even do it well.
So what do you think about, you know, a lot of parents are also opting for nannies that don't live in the house.
I've done that for years.
So maybe the nanny comes in at 6 a.m. or 6:30 or 7 and just takes care of the house while you're away.
And goes home.
Exactly. So is that a better option than a full living nanny that's just taking care of the entire thing?
You know me, I will not tell you it's a better option. Because every family is unique, every family is different. If I say it's a better option, there is that mother who probably just gave birth to triplets. And at night she needs somebody to support her with nursing the baby, caring for the baby while maybe her husband is away. She may need somebody to live in with her. So I don't think it's better or not better. I think it's more effective. I have personally worked with nannies that don't stay in the house anymore because I felt for two reasons. One, I wanted my children to be involved. Let's remember that part. When we have nannies, a lot of times our kids learn nothing.
Right, right.
Nothing. Nannies would do everything for them. I wanted my kids to be involved. And then I thought that the nanny challenge you have where madam and nanny sometimes seem to have issues, when you give them breathing space to go and return, they have their family, even their well-being impacts on their performance.
Right, right.
So when they can take care of themselves and meet their own desires, whatever their desires are, they can come in and do the work.
So probably give nannies time off, even if they live
even
in the
if they
house
live
full-time.
with you. They do need, we need, whoever, if you care for children, you need your mind to be okay. Oh yeah. So you need an outlet. However, I would highlight that so another benefit I think I have enjoyed from nannies that come and go is I have to get involved in my family. Because when the nanny is not present, the nanny comes here at 6:30, you get children ready for school. So there is an opportunity for you as a parent to be involved in the life of your children, get them ready, prepare them for school. Even the fathers can also be involved. And then the nanny comes and does the work. And then goes and closes. And then you have to still care for your children.
But I have to ask though, are there any things that, maybe asking you personally now, and then maybe from stuff that you would advise, are there things that you would say ask a nanny to do and things that you would definitely not ask a nanny to do?
Personally, when it comes to cooking, nanny cooking for me, it depends. They can boil rice, fry plantain,
You know,
those
noodles and
right?
things like that.
But you know, that major cooking, I just think that's personal for me. Some people get cooks. So if the person is employed as a cook or the person is employed as a cook and a nanny, that is fine.
Right.
Every family is, and then you also know what your spouse likes. If your husband doesn't want the nanny doing his food, there is no need the nanny doing his food. If he doesn't want the nanny serving him, there is no need the nanny. I think it's just knowing, for example, my husband doesn't like nannies coming to clean my bedroom. So those are the boundaries you would set.
So you need to send these kind of boundaries. Like, for instance, you will have issues of maybe children calling certain nannies mommy or auntie and things like that.
Set the boundaries. You must set. Even my kids, there are some nannies that have come in and my daughter will say, Mommy, she wouldn't give me a bath. You have to set those boundaries yourself. You know what is important. And for me, when my daughters say that, I see it as a challenge for me to do my work as a mother. Bath them. You give birth to them. Be in their lives. So set the boundaries, understand your family, know what should work, have a clear picture of where you're going. The nanny sometimes may not be so involved in your child's education and you may be sleeping and missing out. So you have to open your eye and know what's happening in your house.
Open your eyes, know what's happening in your house.